Offering virtual security consultations on your mobile phone. Because if your security's not the best, you're not secure. Now, more than ever, bail on. ACO 28CCL 880138.
Hey business owners, what if you could cut all your business expenses in half? It would be amazing, right? Well, you could start by switching to Spectrum Business. When you switch, you get the best internet and phone service for half of what you're paying now. Call 888-489-2212 today, and you'll get faster internet, proven reliability, and the most value. Only with Spectrum Business. Call 888-489-2212 today. Spectrum Business. No nonsense, just business. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Now, another iHeartRadio COVID-19 vaccine update.
Looking to get out of town this summer, TSA Administrator Darby LaJoy says it's going to get busy.
In addition to ensuring availability of staff to meet increased passenger volumes, both canines and enhanced technology will play an integral role in TSA's checkpoint strategy.
LaJoy says he expects the federal mask mandate in airports and on airplanes to remain in place until at least mid-September.
Get the latest vaccine info now at cdc.gov/coronavirus.
Portions of the following program will be recorded.
Hi, it's Dr. Wendy Walsh with another love hack. Set some boundaries and then reset them. I know you think love will conquer all and that when a relationship is on autopilot, it will need less tending. But the truth is, we need to constantly address relationship boundaries. Whether it's cell phone use, rules about social media posts, disclosing personal info to others, let your partner know about your comfort level and come to an agreement. Boundary setting is a relationship-long task.
Dr. Wendy Walsh. KFI AM 640.
More stimulating talk.
KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Don't forget, coming up later this morning, Bill Handel. Kind of returning. He's going to be a guest on his own show to talk about why he's been off, and also he's going to talk about when he's coming back. So all that is straight ahead with Handel a little bit later in the show with Gary and Shannon. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee. A couple of the stories we're watching in the KFI 24-hour newsroom. Of course, we're taking a look at the road rage shooting and the bail for a man charged with murder in the road rage shooting of a 6-year-old boy in Orange County has doubled to $2 million. DA Todd Spitzer says there is no evidence that anyone else helped Marcus Ayres and Win Lee get away. And the LA Police Commission says it's considering policies to restrict how much alcohol armed off-duty officers can drink. Commissioners have asked for a report on the LAPD's current policy for the use of alcohol and firearms by off-duty officers and a comparison to the policies of other departments. The push for new rules comes after an off-duty LAPD officer who may have been drinking was arrested for allegedly threatening his cousin and another person.
It's time for Biz Bites. Bites of business. Biz Bites on Wake Up Call with Jennifer Jones-Lee.
Richard Branson said, "Move over, Jeff Bezos." Virgin Orbit announced Tuesday that its upcoming orbital mission called Tubular Bells Part 1, after the first album recorded on Virgin Records, is on track to launch the last week of this month. The satellite launch service said that its rocket, called Launcher 1, has been shipped to Mojave Air and Spaceport in California, where the final preparations are underway. So they say that it is, probably, I'm not saying exactly what day, I just keep seeing in the last week of June. And last week, Virgin Orbit conducted a successful cryoload test where Launcher 1 was filled with liquid oxygen and fully pressurized to fluid flight-like levels. They just want to make sure that everything will be 100% go. They called it a wet dress rehearsal. Boeing has estimated the new Air Force One jets in its building may arrive, a year late. And who do you think pays for it? You guessed it, we do. The aerospace giant has proposed handing over the two new presidential jets by the end of 2025. This is a year later than planned, and Boeing hit a $3.9 billion deal to replace the aging 747s, which are Air Force One. Boeing is now expected to ask for more than $500 million in additional government funding for the two modified 747 jumbo jets because of an increase in cost related to COVID-19. unless they can really show their math, which I know they will, but if all of a sudden you tell me that something's going to be late, and then you say, oh, on top of that, you're going to charge me more for it, I get cranky. I really do. And finally, Walmart announced that it's going to be closed for Thanksgiving Day. And analysts say that that is a really good sign. The Walmart says it's a thank you to associates, that you've got analysts who say this shows that the shopping norms are coming back. Because if you think about it, if stores were scraping by, they're not going to close any day. But the fact that a major corporation like Walmart says, we're doing fine, we can well afford to give our employees a thank you day off, that just shows that we are wrapping up at least our shopping portion of the pandemic. This is KFI and KOSTHD2 Los Angeles. Let's get another check of your early morning commute. Robin Banks is heading towards the 57.
57 in Brea, 57 southbound. They reported as northbound, but I'm going to say it's southbound. Southbound 57 before Imperial Highway. Right with a big rig in a car. Car was facing the wrong way in the left lane for a little bit. They've been able to get over to the right shoulder. You will find that the volume is showing up, though, right around Tonner Canyon. KFI in the Sky is sponsored by injury attorney Superwoman, superlawyer.com. Jeff Boss, San Fernando Valley.
You betcha. From high above Mountain Gate Country Club. We're coming through the smoke of the pass. Boy, you're making as good a time as we are actually driving down there. Everybody's moving. We were a little alarmed for a problem. I'm looking back here. Oh, I think it was a northbound problem. Around Scrubble Center. I just see a tow truck over the shoulder. So not to worry. The southbound drive again coming out from the 118 101. Looking good. I see a few brake lights up around the Sunset Boulevard off-ramp. Very normal stuff. Ventura Freeway now, the eastbound 101 coming out of the west San Fernando Valley. Still looking good to the 405. We're heading over to the Santa Monica Freeway. There might be a problem around Cloverfield. More of that coming up. Don't go away. Injured in an accident, visit Superwoman, superlawyer.com. Jeff Buck, KFI in the Sky.
In Passaic on the southbound 5 before Templin Highway, 2 right lanes are closed here. They're cleaning up after a big rig hit the guardrail, went down the embankment. It was loaded with beer. We're looking at Castaic Break area where the slowing starts. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Robin Banks.
Thinking of buying a house and want a really low interest rate? Owning has a special for home purchases, where Owning pays all your closing costs, and the rate in APR is an unheard of 1.875% for a 15-year fixed mortgage with 20% down. This is the craziest low rate for a mortgage with no closing costs that Owning has ever done. 1.875% rate in APR. Heck, we're almost paying you to live in a new house. Call 833-2-OWNING or go to owning.com to see if you qualify for this crazy low 1.875% rate. That's a fixed rate loan at 1.875% with no closing costs. Call 833-2-OWNING now because 1.875 could go away at any time.
NMLS 2611, licensed by the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act. Subject to credit approval. Offer assumes the use of lender's choice escrow and title services. Call 833-858-0066 for terms and conditions.
That's 833-2-OWNING or owning.com. 833-2-OWNING or owning.com.
House paint. It's a big bucket of denial. Painting over your home's exterior problems only makes things worse because beneath the new paint, your cracks are expanding, water damage is creeping up the sides of the house, and wood is rotting like bad fruit. Hi, I'm Steve, creator of Deluxe Light Coat. Unlike painters, we restore your home's exterior using our exclusive 12-step process. We water blast, repair every single crack and chip, and fix any wood rot till your house looks brand new. After we're done, you'll never have to paint your home again. That's why Deluxe Light Coat has the best lifetime warranty in the industry. It covers flaking, peeling, and yes, even cracking. What paint can say that? If paint has you in denial, you don't need a therapist. Just dial pound 250 and say Light Coat. Here's my offer. The first 10 callers today to dial pound 250 and say Light Coat will get 20% off and pay no interest for 2 years. Get in now. Dial pound 250 and say Light Coat.
Certain terms and conditions apply. CSLB number 1052855.
So SoCal weather from KFI. Partly cloudy today. Temperatures will be in the mid-60s to the low 80s. More of the same for tomorrow, and then we will see highs in the low 90s for most of the weekend. We will hit the low 100s for most of next week. We lead local. Live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom, I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee. This has been your wake-up call. Handle on the News with Gary and Shannon starts now.
Handle.
We interrupt this program to bring you
Gary and Shannon. On the news. Gary and Shannon. On the news. And now.
Welcome to Bellingham's Classic Rock 93.9.
What a D.
I'm Goofy Goober!
Did you say the hundreds next week?
Yeah.
Holy hell, I'm not ready for that.
But he's right. It was like 62 degrees on Monday.
My legs are too pale for that.
Well, everybody's legs are pale. It's just it's what we have to.
It's our journey.
It's our journey. It's my truth. That is my truth.
I see you. I feel you.
I acknowledge your translucent skin. Thank you for that. Gary and Shannon in for Handle today. As Jonesy's been mentioning, Handle's coming along 8 a.m. He's going to explain to us where he's been. I hope he has an extravagant story.
Oh my gosh, I hope it's an adventure.
I hope he got lost in the Matterhorn.
It's like Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom.
I don't know if it's that much.
No?
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm going to need some sort of adventure.
At the very least, a good Lifetime movie.
You've met him, right? I don't know if that's... Anyway, later in the show, Steve Gregory is going to join us for this story about, just an amazing story that he put together for Wake Up Call regarding the millions and millions of dollars worth of marijuana that has been seized from growers up in the Antelope Valley area. A great piece that he put together. He's going to join us at 7:30 today to talk more about that. But we begin right away with Handle on the News. Gary and Shannon in for Handle, and Jennifer Jones-Lee, lead story. Well, they finally put together the case against Marcus Ayres and Winnie Lee, if Todd Spitzer's pronunciation is correct.
These are the two people who were in the car that shot and fired and killed 6-year-old Aiden Leos on the 55.
Today I am charging Marcus Anthony Ayres with a violation of Penal Code Section 187, murder with the enhancement of the penalty of discharging a firearm causing death. The punishment for this crime is life in prison.
Now, the female faces counts of being an accessory after the fact, like we opined, also illegally carrying a firearm. He faces 40 years to life in prison. She faces up to 3 years in state prison plus 1 year in Orange County Jail. And I can't help that she faces time for dating a bad dude.
Yeah, the other interesting thing is they said they don't believe that there are any other people who were helping them hide. That they would rise to a level of an actual criminal act of aiding and abetting or accessory after the fact.
Well, it seems like they weren't hiding. I mean, when they were caught, they were out to dinner.
Yeah. How do you live?
Continue to live your life after knowing you took the life of a 6-year-old boy and it's national news?
For 2 weeks.
International news.
Yeah, for 2 weeks, let alone, even if it was, the 24 hours. When Todd Spitzer came out and said, you guys have basically, I'm going to give you 24 hours, and if you don't come forward before then, we're all coming for you. Hell's coming for you.
Were they just delusional that they weren't going to get caught, that they had gone that long? And the longer that each day that passed made it less likely, did they think that they were going to get caught?
That's the feeling you get when you shoplift like a pack of gum when you're 7. For the first 4 or 5 hours, you're terrified that the FBI is going to take you away. And then it sort of diminishes, and you wake up the next morning and you're like, hey, I got away with it. Maybe I could do it again. This is different. You killed a 6-year-old. I just don't understand the mentality of somebody who does that and then hides from it for 2 weeks like nothing happened.
All right, kind of interesting that you would frame it that way as we go into the next story. This is a mom arrested in the killing of her 7-year-old son. The This is that little boy's body that was found near Las Vegas. I had not seen some of the pictures that came out of where they found the body, but people were putting up crosses before they had ID'd the body that just said baby doe on them. Oh, heartbreaking.
Found in a remote mountain springs area, and they said that the boy was killed in that area. It's not like he was killed and then taken there. They found the mom, Samantha Rodriguez, at a hotel in Denver.
It's just always so much more shocking to me when it's a mother who kills her child, especially her son, and 7 years old.
I guess the family, the grandfather had said that the little boy had some serious educational needs, some special education needs. He went to a learning center for autistic children, had a home counselor because of some behavioral issues.
And then outside help ended during the pandemic, so all of it fell on mom, it seems like.
Incredibly stressful.
All right, this is crazy. A guy in Long Beach charged with targeting women in unprovoked assaults. One of the assaults was caught on video at a gas station near Gardena. Apparently, this guy is seen shirtless, calmly exiting his SUV and launching a brutal attack on a woman who was just pumping gas, repeatedly pounding her after knocking her to the ground, at one point grabbing her hair, slamming her against her own car. This was a day after he's accused of abruptly stopping and getting out of his car at the intersection of Rosecrans and Avalon in the Willowbrook area, goes up to the car behind him, opens its door, and punches the woman behind the wheel several times.
What's wrong with this guy?
People have lost their damn minds.
Well, this is an issue that goes deeper than just being upset at, like, waiting for gas or something, especially if he's specifically targeting women. And this, by the way, this was the giant man. They were saying that he was somewhere between like 350 and 375. He was a huge person with giant boobs.
We've got a homeless encampment fire in Boyle Heights coming up later in the show. We're going to be talking about how Mike Bonning calls the sheriff's action to clear out Venice Beach a publicity stunt. It's not a publicity stunt. This is a real problem. I'm looking at Boyle Heights on fire right now because of the homelessness problem. And that's not a publicity stunt. This is a pervasive issue in Los Angeles.
Just trying to stay warm. The Democratic Party, LA County Democratic Party, decided to officially vote calling on Sheriff Villanueva to resign. They're the same Democratic Party who endorsed him against Jim McDonnell. And now they want him to resign because he's like, I can't take it anymore.
And it's not like he was out there.
He wasn't rousting people and burning down tents or anything like that.
They said they were going to find out and interview people to find out where they were in terms of getting into a home, getting into housing. Where are you at? Do you want housing? How close are you to getting help? Okay.
This is what we're doing. People are just losing their minds. Everybody, listen, now is the time.
I have breaking news when we come back.
Is it about her dress?
No.
Oh.
Why? What's wrong with her dress?
It's funny that all of the women who do weather in Southern California feel like they are going out.
They're beautiful.
It may be 6:14 in the morning, but they're like, I am going out tonight.
If you had that body, you would wear that dress.
And who's to say they didn't go out last night and came to work this morning?
Ooh, that's a good point.
Their makeup's too good.
Slap on a couple extra layers of makeup and count it.
God bless them. I don't know how they do it.
They get up at midnight. That's how they do it.
They're just beautiful.
More power to them.
They are.
I can't say that.
Like, you would have to spend a lot of time getting ready, huh?
I wouldn't be able to sleep.
Gary and Shannon will continue. In for Handel. Who's coming up at 8 o'clock? Jennifer Jones-Lee has the latest.
President Biden's about an hour from his first international trip. He'll be flying to England to visit first with troops, meet the British Prime Minister, and he's got the G7 summit on Friday. He'll meet with Russian President Putin next week. At least 20 people in Mexico are said to be in critical condition after a bus crash. About 50 workers from a Hyundai car factory were on this bus. There was some sort of an accident near the San Diego border. And the healthcare provider Kaiser Permanente is giving their Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine to kids as young as 5. The study could lead to the FDA approval for younger kids. We'll take a look at your drive on the 605 with the Kfi in the Sky next.
Hey, it's Dean Sharp. If you've decided to sell your house, I know it is tempting to just get it listed as is or even take one of those cash-out deals. But why sell yourself short when making just the right upgrades will maximize its sale value? You mean like flipping our own home, Dean? We don't have the expertise or the cash for that. I know, but my friends at Revive do. Revive knows exactly what to change, what to spend, and where to spend it. They'll manage everything for you and front all the costs. Yes, Revive fronts the cost. They get paid back from escrow, but the profit gained is all yours. How much profit? The average client makes over 200% profit on what Revive invests on their behalf. It's a no-brainer. Reach out to iloverevive.com today and see if your home qualifies. To make the most from the sale of your home, go to iloverevive.com. That's iloverevive.com.
This week at Grocery Outlet, stock up on Thomas Farms 93% lean grass-fed ground beef, just $3.99 a pound. Also, assorted varieties of Pillsbury dough are buy one, get one free.
SoCal weather from KFI, partly cloudy with highs mid-60s to the lower 80s. This report is brought to you by Grocery Outlet. From the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center, we make it easy. We've got a wreck on the 605.
Looking at Baldwin Park on the 605 North Connector to the westbound 10. It's a big rig that's on its side. It's in the center divider of that connector road. Not a huge delay for you right now. We'll just keep an eye on that for you. KFI in the Sky is sponsored by Injury Attorney Superwoman Superlawyer.com. Jeff Boss, Boyle Heights.
You betcha. Well, first Santa Monica Freeway now, headed out to the west. Pretty good shape. A little slow to mid-city, but not too bad. Now, indeed, we're circling over Boyle Heights. Have you heard Shannon talking about this homeless encampment fire? It's been so much a part of our discussion here in the past year or so, it seems. But yes, another homeless encampment fire. Now, the location's a tough spot. It's on the West 10 just before you merge with the North 101. It's right off Prospect Park, not the one in Brooklyn, the one in Boyle Heights. So it's burning up a little bit of a hillside. Now, fire department just came. They're blocking a little bit of the right lane. Now, this will be the eastbound 10 in between the 101 and the I-5. Don't think it'll affect your drive too much. Injured in an accident, visit superwomansuperlawyer.com. Jeff Barr, KFI in the Sky.
City of Orange on the 5 South City Drive off-ramp. A stalled car actually blocking that off-ramp, so a slow exit for you. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Robin Day.
This report is sponsored by Driveway.com. Online car shopping delivered. No trips to the dealership. No haggling. Just you, new wheels, and the open road. Head to Driveway.com now. That's Driveway.com.
Hey, it's Jennifer Jones-Lee. So I know we're all ready to get back in the air to go see friends and family or just have some you time far away from that home office of yours. So why let anything stand in the way of that? Soon you'll need a federal form of ID to fly within the U.S. like a Real ID. Stay ahead of the curve by applying for your Real ID now before the rush. Trust me, doing it now means you won't have to wait longer at the DMV later. Start the application and upload your documents to the website, CaliforniaRealID.org, and you'll save yourself a lot of time getting that cool-looking little bear and star on your license.
An important message from Kaiser Permanente. Thanks to new federal funding, you may be among the millions of Americans now eligible for federal financial assistance to help lower your health coverage premiums, even if you didn't qualify before. That's right. You may now qualify for federal financial assistance to help lower your health coverage premiums, even if you didn't qualify before.
Call Kaiser Permanente now at 1-800-494-6261. That's 1-800-494-6261.
Alaska is like no place on Earth, shaped by fire and ice, home to a variety of wildlife that could make the Serengeti jealous, and warmed less by the midnight sun than by the smiles of the people who call this great land home. With some of the highest vaccination rates in the country and plenty of fresh air, you won't find a safer place to visit than Alaska. Visit TravelAlaska.com to plan your perfect journey.
SolarMax technology is going to work with you to create a system that fits your budget.
This is SolarMax's best offer yet. A package that includes a solar system and home battery backup for $69.98 a month, and with an APR as low as 0.99%.
Go to solarmaxtech.com. Monthly payment available on our food credits. CSLB number 97204.
Hey, SoCal. Going out for a drink? I'm attorney Darren Kavanoki of 1-800-NO-CUFFS. Better have your seatbelts on, your front license plate attached, and your registration handy. Don't give them a reason. 1-800-NO-CUFFS. Because no one looks good in handcuffs, unless you're into that sort of thing. 1-800-NO-CUFFS.
All that online activity can mean exposing your personal information. In fact, 64% of adults admit to risking online privacy for convenience. And there's a victim of identity theft every 3 seconds. No one can prevent all cybercrime or identity theft, but you can help keep your digital life safe with Norton 360 with LifeLock. This week only is the Better Than Black Friday sale. Save up to 45% off your first year at norton.com/join. Sale ends June 13th.
Neil Saavedra here. About 3 years ago, my wife and I called American Vision Windows. They installed gorgeous French doors for us, changed the flow of our home, added architectural appeal. The next project they're doing, our kitchen windows. We can't wait. Their work is meticulous. It's outstanding. I recommended them to my brother, Craig, and now he and his family have a lovely window encased patio, added 150 sunny square feet to their home. We all know Bill and Kathleen's story. They had a horrible experience replacing their own windows. They started their own company. Fast forward 20 years later, they continue to beautify homes like mine with personal care, complete professionalism, and attention. CSLB number 778326. Give you and your home the gift of light, warmth, and beauty. Trust the window company my family trusts. American Vision Windows. You'll see the difference. Call American Vision Windows today for that free estimate. 888-226-9908. That's 888-226-9908. Or for specials, visit AmericanVisionWindows.com.
Hey, it's Steve Gregory with KFI. The summer weather's heating up, the kids are out of school, and you're on the move. Wherever your destination is, when you have the free iHeart app, you can bring KFI and thousands of other stations just like this one with you, anytime, anywhere, on any device. That's exactly why we had it made, along with playlists to fit every mood and activity, or binge a podcast like The Death and Life of Kobe Bryant. From true crime to comedy, self-help to sports, and everything in between, only on the free iHeartRadio app. Number one for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one app.
Live,
KFI,
local,
AM 640.
and iHeart radio station.
Talk to me.
Gary and Shannon. Gary Hoffman, Shannon Farron in for Handel, who's coming up at 8 o'clock. KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. What a beautiful morning it is.
So far, it was super bright in this room yesterday morning, and people mentioned it. It's relatively dark in here. I would almost say cave-like.
The sky looks incredible this morning, doesn't it?
Are you drunk?
Did I ever tell you the story about my parents?
I have heard many stories about your parents, but I'm not sure.
So here's the story. They were driving into the city to get separately. They had different schedules, and it's about an hour drive into the city from where I grew up, San Francisco, I'm talking about. And they listened to the same radio station, KCBS. And my mother calls into the station to say, what a beautiful morning it is. It's so beautiful, the sunrise, it's gorgeous, and she's talking to the anchors or whoever was, or maybe it was KGO. It was probably KGO. Anyway, so at dinner that night, we're having a family dinner, probably some chicken, and my dad says, oh, listen to this. I'm driving into work today, and this horse's ass calls in and talks about the sunrise. My mom's like, that was me.
Yeah,
Oh,
and I
that's
love
awesome.
Ray. Every dude has made a mistake like that at some point in his life.
It was one of those
so
stories,
great.
like, I remember like it was yesterday.
All right, Handle on the News continues.
I have breaking news.
Oh,
You forgot
that's
about that.
right, the breaking news.
Yes. We have a national award winner in our presence.
Who?
Alex. Alex has won a National Gracie Award. That's right, girl. Yes, girl. Get that award.
Oh, wait, she has one?
Yes.
Oh. Well, you have two. I bashing. I'm also saying.
How dare
from
you
one
make this about you?
Gracie, I don't have any. From one Gracie Award winner to another. That was very nice of you.
Alex has won.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Shannon. Producer for Wake Up Call and The Bill Handle Show. This is a huge deal. She will be nationally recognized in New York this summer. Alex! And it is so deserving. My girl. So proud of you. You are amazing, Alex. You guys don't know what she does, but she is the scaffolding of this show. She holds it all together.
Foundation, scaffolding, infrastructure, all of that stuff.
The sparkle, too. Don't forget the sparkle. In best dressed. Oh, hands down.
By far.
Yeah.
That's not a question. Most people wear pajamas when they work this shift.
Don't look at me.
I'm not looking at you.
Look at me, bro.
All right. An LA County Sheriff's deputy in trouble for deleting cell phone video of an ass whooping. So, LA County Sheriff's Deputy Nicole Bell is facing charges of destroying evidence of her assaulting a man that she was arresting in Lancaster in 2019. One of the issues is he was sitting in the back of the patrol vehicle when she started to open the can of whoop ass on the guy.
Well, what did he do?
Well,
do we know what precipitated this?
No, and part of the problem is there's at least a statement from George Gascon who says tampering or destroying evidence tarnishes law enforcement and creates mistrust among the public, but it doesn't also say what the guy did or was doing when this happened. Now, it was a family member of his who recorded the deputy going after him, and then she deleted the video from that person's phone. I don't know how she got the phone. I don't know if that person agreed to have her delete that. You can't do that. You cannot do that. So it's not a complete story about what happened.
Shannon, did you ever know Sister Mary Margaret?
Oh, Sister Mary Margaret. I wish I did, Jen. I wish I did. She is a woman after my own heart.
Well, listen, you got about 40 years to go, but maybe there's a future in Sister Mary Margaret that looks a lot like your future.
Like the future of where Shannon's accused of stealing more than $835,000 from a Catholic school?
Listen, she just... Oh,
I feel like we need to.
Wow, we are nailing it. That's why you're just supposed to... Yeah, that's why you're just supposed to mouth the words in church.
Which we bless. I don't know why we're blessing the blessings, but here we are. Here we are.
Shannon was not a just mouthing the words person in church.
Man, you know all the lyrics.
Yeah, I do. I love the Catholic songs.
I get the first 4 words out, and that's it. I'm just mouthing it at that point.
I just yelled amen.
Sister Mary Margaret.
I was in the choir, you guys.
How much money is she accused of taking?
$835,000. But you guys, she had personal expenses.
You guys, she had an addiction, obviously. The fun had stopped. She had not called 1-800-GAMBLER, and this is what happened. I mean, I think we should get her treatment, not put her away.
Now, she, though, was responsible for charitable donations.
Yeah, and the school. And the tuition that would come in.
And the fees.
Yeah, so she was the one who had her paws all over that money. Wait a minute, I want to go back to this part where you're like, she's suffering too.
She is suffering.
She's not suffering, not to the tune of $835,000. That pays for a lot of gambling therapy.
God, I love this song. One Lord of all.
You're good at this worship thing where you spit out the line right before it happens so that everybody knows what to sing. So you're good at that. You should do that professionally. It's too bad you got a job that takes up Sunday afternoons for you.
Gary and Shannon will continue in for Bill Handle. Jennifer Jones-Lee has the news.
The CHP says 2 people have been killed in a crash in Palmdale. It happened just after midnight. The CHP says its officers are investigating what they think might have been a hit and run. A former executive at a digital marketing company that represents Instagram and YouTube personalities is expected to be sentenced today for embezzling more than $22 million from his employer. Dennis Bleeden has pleaded guilty to wiring company money to his personal bank account and using that money for himself and cryptocurrency gambling. He's facing 22 years in federal prison. A judge has ordered a school district in Virginia to reinstate a teacher who says using the names and preferred pronouns of transgender students goes against his religious beliefs. The teacher was suspended for saying a proposed policy on how to address transgender students was sinful. The judge says the teacher's views are protected by the First Amendment. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has condemned an attack in which a guy in a pickup truck killed 4 members of an immigrant family on the province of Ontario. The driver is accused of deliberately driving into the Muslim family. Trudeau says it was an act of terrorism rooted in Islamophobia. China has criticized a new bill passed in the Senate which is aimed at helping U.S. technology to improve American competitiveness. Officials in Beijing say it's an attack on China's political system that tries to slow its economic development. The U.S. Innovation and Competition Act was passed unanimously yesterday. Oh, the boss is going back to Broadway. Bruce Springsteen says his one-man show Springsteen on Broadway will return at the end of the month. Springsteen performs 15 songs in the show, including My Hometown, Thunder Road, and of course this one, Little Born in the USA. Audience members will have to be fully vaccinated to go to the show. We've got a wreck on the 10.
Baldwin Park on the 10 East connector to the northbound 605. That's a big rig on its side. You're looking at some slowing through the connector, but also on the main line from about Durfee. KFI in the Sky is sponsored by injury attorney Superwoman, superlawyer.com. Jeff Baugh with a review of Boyle Heights.
You betcha. A little bit of a grass fire that the fire department is dealing with. It'll affect your drive somewhat. Now, it's on the top of Boyle Heights, kind of right next to Prospect Park. A little bit of a grass fire. Now, the only driving part of this, the only concern here is if you're south on the 101 and you're going down to the South 101 East 10 split. If you take the East 10, as you start along there, the right lane will be partially blocked. That's the only problem there. Now, right now, we're circling over a pretty bad problem. This has lasted a while. It's the North 5 Santa Ana Freeway before Paramount. Left lane is blocked. There's only one car involved, but now we've got a group of Freeway Service Patrol tow trucks. They're pulling up to help here. The North 5 stops now a little bit before the 605. If you're in Santa Fe Springs, want to use Telegraph, get on at Paramount. From there up to the 710, it's in pretty good shape. Injured in an accident, visit Superwoman, superlawyer.com. Jeff Baugh, KFI in the Sky.
Just seen a new wreck in Colton on the 10 West connector to the 215 southbound. Injury crash here reported in the left lane. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Robin Banks.
Get sizzling solar savings now with Semper Solaris, your local veteran-owned solar and battery storage contractor. Being veteran-owned matters. Here's veteran, founder, and owner Kelly Shawhan.
In the military, when you give your word, it just is your word. Work hard and keep your word. That's what we do every single day. Everybody did exactly what they said they were going to do, and that really impressed me. I heard about Semper Solaris and found out that they were veterans. I knew they were going to do the job right.
Declare your energy independence. Choose solar panels made in America. We get the job done right with esprit de corps and honor. Add Tesla Powerwall and prepare for blackouts. Grab the federal 26% solar and battery tax credit. No interest or payments until 2022. Call 877-211-5591. 877-211-5591. Or visit SemperSolaris.com.
26% federal tax credit based on eligibility. Consult your tax advisor. Cannot be combined with any other offers on approved credit. New customers only. Some restrictions apply. Expires 6/30/2021. TSLP number 978-152.
SoCal weather from KFI. A partly cloudy day today. Highs will be in the mid-60s to the low 80s. Copy and paste that forecast for tomorrow, then our change comes. So over the weekend, we're going to see highs in the low 90s, and by next week, highs will be in the low 100s. We lead local. Live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom, I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee.
At Loan Depot, we know home means everything. As America's lender and the official mortgage provider of Major League Baseball, we provide mortgage solutions that are personalized, convenient, and fast. With rates as low as 1.75%, APR 2.157%, now may be a great time to explore your cash-out refinance options. Give us a call at 866-888-LOAN. Rate subject to change, 2.421% fee to receive a discounted rate. Offer cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 174457. Licensed in all 50 states. At Ralph's, we know there's never a good time to run out of fresh. Luckily, our delivery and free pickup make it easy to grab what you need. So whether it's a few extra buns for the backyard barbecue or some miscellaneous munchies for movie night, we make it easy to get back to being you. Ralph's, fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
And right now, you'll find more ways to save when you buy 6 or more participating sale items. You'll save 50 cents each with card. Ralph's, fresh for everyone.
WTF.
Hey, you heard right. Riverside and Huntington Beach Charlie is willing to finance. Come down to Riverside and Huntington Beach Charlie's WTF 10 event. Good credit, bad credit, no credit, we can help. We must sell 50 pre-owned bikes by this Sunday at Riverside and Huntington Beach Charlie. Willing to finance 10 event ends this Sunday. Good credit.
Hey, it's Gary Hoffman. Let's talk about your Medicare coverage. Are you new to Medicare? Scan Health Plan is here to help. With Scan, you get comprehensive coverage plus extra benefits that may surprise you, all with exceptional service you won't find anywhere else. Call Scan at 1-855-370-7226, TTY711, or ask your agent about Scan. Scan Health Plan is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Scan Health Plan depends on contract renewal.
Don't spend more than you have to on your mobile service. Spectrum Mobile could save you up to 40% versus what you're paying now. And nationwide 5G is included in every data plan. Plus, Spectrum delivers the fastest overall speeds and has the most reliable mobile service, coast to coast, with no hidden taxes, fees, or contracts. Visit SpectrumMobile.com today. 40% savings based on a comparison of single-line comparable unlimited plans amongst major national carriers as of 1/27/2021. Fastest overall speed, most reliable, based on Nielsen speed test, latest FCC report, and route metrics.
Celebrate summer at Whole Foods Market with berries for your picnic. Get 3 16-ounce organic strawberries for $10 through June 15th, plus an extra 10% off for Prime members while supplies last. Learn more on the Whole Foods Market app.